From Wall Street to Baghdad, from celebrated people to celebrated deaths, from deadly disease to deadly threats. Each year, the most powerful men and women in the world converge at the much-anticipated United Nations General Assembly.
It's been a very interesting day here at the United Nations. Of course, we just heard from President Obama.
I have the honor to welcome to the United Nations His Excellency Barack Obama, President of the United States of America.
It's where the big topics bring out some of the big people.
Years ago, I travelled to see.
Welcome Leonardo DiCaprio, a world megastar.
We are seeing extreme weather events and the West Antarctic and Greenland ice sheets melting at unprecedented rates, decades ahead of scientific projections. None of this is rhetoric, and none of it is hysteria. It is fact.
We are convinced that this summit will be a major turning point in how the international community approaches climate change.
And it's for the smaller, lesser-known nations, like many in Africa, whose problems frequently fall under the radar.
What does Africa need from the UN? First of all, it needs recognition. It needs to be listened to. It needs not to be ignored.
Why, I ask, should Zimbabweans continue to suffer under the American and European yoke of unjustified and illegal sanctions?
We believe that Ebola would have been contained within a few days had it been an outbreak in the developed world.
Regional integration.
It's called the United Nations General Debate, but don't let the name mislead you. There is no debating, just listening, as kings, prime ministers, and presidents finally get to tell the world what's happening in their own world.
We declared a state of emergency, suspended schools.
Just look around you. The Middle East is in chaos.
And new threats.
Comprised of 193 member nations from around the world, the UN's General Assembly's mission is the small task of peacekeeping.
That we shall not waver until we end this mindless war. We will triumph over terrorism.
It has been a terrible year, from barrel bombs to beheadings.
Innocent children have been gunned down. No God condones this terror.
The Nazis believed in a master race. The militant Islamists believe in a master faith.
Il sera la réponse. It is not weakness that will be the response to terrorism. It is force, the force of the United Nations.
About 3.2 million Somalis need life-saving or livelihood assistance in Somalia right now.
We are facing an evil against which the whole of the world should unite.
Hamas deliberately put its rockets in hundreds of residential areas like this. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a war crime.
We will not forget, nor will we forgive, or allow war criminals to escape punishment.
Let's be clear, the status quo in the West Bank and Gaza is not sustainable.
Now the question remains, will the general debate bring about change?
Action does not emanate from the General Assembly, but various kinds of messages, various kinds of resolutions play out in one way or another.
Kenya believes in a better, happier, and more prosperous future for all.
My Somalia is not a 15-second summary of problems. We may still be fragile, but we are no longer a broken state.
The war did not defeat us. A completely destroyed economy did not defeat us. Ebola will not defeat us.
We believe that right makes might. That bigger nations should not be able to bully smaller ones, and that people should be able to choose their own future.